All right. So everybody's familiar with King David and King Solomon, and I think I'm gonna start this off like this. I think they're both aliens. Okay. And King David was Enki, and his son was Thoth, the Atlantean priest king. And you know, I say this, and I might even kind of be able to prove it somewhat. It's quite a stretch, but bear with me. So Shamir is the demon worm that Solomon used to build his temples. I don't think it's a demon worm. I think it's some kind of alien technology, and I think they used it at Baalbek Quarry, where the pregnant of the stone of the pregnant woman, and Aswan quarries. I'm sorry, where it looks like they scooped the stone out. I've only ever seen like two drawings of this, what this thing might look like, and it's just, what you would think, what you would picture a worm looking thing. It's, just a weird drawing. I have no idea when it was made, but anyhow, I think you'll find that on Oak Island, there with one of the Arks of the Covenant to power it. And I say that because no one can explain how they were able to dig those tunnels to such perfection on Oak Island back when they did. Obviously it was before 1492, you know. So, yeah, no one can figure out how they dug them to such perfection. Well, I know how, and it's the same way that they did all the temples over in the Holy Land and all over the place. It's the exact same thing they used to cut and quarry those stones, maybe even transported them. Shamir may have even transported them. And I think that might be why you don't have much record of it well, I would probably say there's plenty of written record of it in the Vatican archives. And that's something else we need to talk about because that's the biggest brain drain that ever happened to this planet. Okay. You know, and that's a whole nother conspiracy theory. But anyhow, let's stay focused on King Solomon and King Thoth or King David. So the Star of David, I think is I can't be the first person to ever say this. It's cuneiform. Just two wedges laid over top of one another. Now I haven't got into the whole cuneiform, what that might mean in cuneiform, if it even does mean anything. I don't know, but I find it. They say the Templar cross is cuneiform. Well, why wouldn't that be? So, and of course, cuneiform would is not a language natural to this world. Just it's not. We can Anybody that knows anything about the Anunnaki knows that they did not come from this planet. whether whether they're still here or not, they may not physically be here, but I think they're inside the planet. Personally, I know I don't care if you think I'm stupid. That's just what I think. Okay, prove me wrong, and don't just do it verbally. Give me, you know, uh, some kind of proof, and I'll say I'm wrong. I don't care. Shit, I've been wrong before many times. Many times. I'll be wrong a lot more too. At least I'm sitting here trying to say this. So that's more than you're doing, you keyboard warrior. Anyhow, so Shamir would be how if it's still on Oak Island, which I doubt it is because I'll bet it's how they used it's. I'll bet it's what they used to cut and quarry the stones for the Capitol and all the DC buildings. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So, uh, I would like to think so because that's actually pretty cool. You know, I mean, I think that's just fascinating if I'm right, man. Uh, what else about? Oh, and Thoth and King Solomon are both known for being magicians. Thoth wrote the Egyptian Book of Going Forth by Day, aka Book of the Dead. Um, there's quite a few coincidences um, in them, and I can't be the only person that's put this together. I mean, I've listened to some really smart people sit and describe how Solomon's just a belief, but we have these buildings. You know what I mean? We have, and I think that's why that they won't let nobody dig in Lebanon at the Temple of Jupiter, because I'll bet you they'll find stars of David all over that place. Uh, and I think it's probably the original Solomon's Temple, probably built by Enki. Before Thoth was around. I don't know. Who knows how he's what the, you know. There's got to be cuneiform tablets somewhere talking about this. There just has to be, but they're probably hoarded up by some rich douchebag that won't let us read them. Uh, because obviously, we're not smart enough to handle this info. Yeah. Uh, what else was there involved with Thoth and King David? Hang on a sec. Yeah, and this kind of ties back in my other video too about Hitler. So what the hell? Oh, so Judaism, I believe, originates out of Africa and not Judea. So the original Hebrews would be Africans, and I say that because of there's a Hermetic text also comes out of the Talmud, and it's called which makes sense because I forget what I was going to say. I'm sorry. But the text, the Hermetic text, the Greater Key of Solomon, it talks about the Queen of Sheba going to see King Solomon, and she takes slaves with her, amongst 666 talents of gold. I might add, strange number. Yeah, it's not the only it's not just in the Bible one time. It's also in Kings. So 666 talents of gold. Anyhow, uh, she goes to see King Solomon, and she takes uh, slaves with her, and he didn't want them because they were malnourished and weak, whatever. So he sent them to the Pharaoh, and those are the ones I believe built the pyramids or whatever, you know. And those would be Ethiopians, um, not Jerusalem or Holy Land or Judea, Canaan, Cana, whatever you want to call it. And that kind of makes a lot of sense too, is because Hollywood Babylon. So you see what I'm saying? Like I was talking about the invisible strings, in these families, and you can see, I mean, you can directly date the behavior of early Hollywood to the way those people acted back then. Sacrificing kids and shit to Moloch and all that. So, my personal belief is Bibi Netanyahu is about as Jewish as I am. Okay, he may think he is. He may think he is, but I don't even think he believes it. And because if he believed it, he sure as hell wouldn't be murdering people by the millions. Because his commandment says, "Thou shalt not kill," and that doesn't mean just your fellow Jewish people, which you're not even Jewish anyway. So we need to, this all this stuff needs to be talked about because there's these hidden hands and they're all related, and it's crazy, and I'm sick of it. And I want my life that I'm born my birthright and my family's birthright, and I want to teach the kids the correct events that unfolded on our planet. It's called our history, not yours, you know. And I also want to talk about that time discrepancy in from like I think it's like 600 to 1,000, where there's like 300 years they added into our timeline, man, just so some other buddy's friend could, rule as pope. I can't remember the names right now, but man, it really does make a lot of sense. So I know it doesn't make sense, but it does. Take it what it is. I don't care. It's your problem, not mine. I'm sure you'll let me know about it in the comments. I'll be called everything but a white man, which I don't care because I've already been called a lot worse. So have fun. Uh, and especially all you Zionist baby killing monsters. You're not even Zion. You might be. I don't even know what Zionism is, but it ain't got nothing to do with Judaism. I can tell you that. Because actually, I think Judaism is pretty cool religion if you adhere to the Torah and you don't murder people just for shits and giggles. But you people have been behind the scenes doing this forever. Okay, and I'm on to you. And I'm going to get the world onto your asses too. We're about to crawl up Hollywood Babylon's asshole with all kinds of Sherlock Holmes devices strapped to our fucking eyes, and we're going to crawl up your asshole and we're going to examine every little freaking hemorrhoid you got, buddy. So get ready.